Hey guys, today we're checking out a newly outfitted Sprinter van that has got some crazy innovations from Van Murphy Bed Company. Come on inside, let's take a look. Okay, so one of the issues with a Sprinter van conversion is that the bed system has to be there. We have to have a bed in a conversion van. The issue is that it just takes up so much space. So my father-in-law, Ted Barron, came up with the idea to create a Murphy bed system. That way you can take the bed out of the way and have access to all this space in between. Okay, so I'm here with Ted Barron. I figured we'd bring you to the back of the bus so we could get a better angle or a better look at the bed system. Now, this bed system is not a new thing. A Murphy bed. Murphy beds have been around forever. But a lot of these Murphy beds that you see either have some sort of support here, or they've got support here that's carrying the weight.
Right.
And I think when we developed this, the reason we wanted to get away from that was not only to have this space completely open.
All the time, yeah.
This is open, but it's adjustable.
It's adjustable up and down. You can raise this up and down in 4-inch increments, so you can get above a motorcycle, your mountain bikes, your four-wheelers. And we still have 48 inches of room between the two bed systems. So you've got a lot of versatility with your options with this.
So you can get a full pallet in here if you needed to.
You can get 2 pallets in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the nice thing is what we've done here is we've got, well, show me how this works.
Let me show you how it works here. So this is generally we'd be putting our beds up and down from the inside of the truck. So we've cut the mattresses so they'll fold up. So you're able to push these up, fold your mattress, tip them up, pin them so they're out of the way. So now you have 48 inches between the mattresses themselves and the bed system itself.
And the nice thing is that since those locking pins, you can lock them in the up position or the down position.
You can, yeah.
And so when you're riding, there's not any vibrations and stuff like that as well.
Well, the mattresses keep it so taut that there's no way for it to vibrate at all.
Yeah,
Yep.
That is nice.
Yep.
I really like this system, and I know that with the legs on the Murphy bed, obviously they would be in the way. You have to adjust them. I don't know if those beds are adjustable or not, but I like that this is completely open and you have access to that, and it's really easy to be able to flip up and down, because the easier it is, the more likely you are to use it.
And really, it's amazing how fast it goes up and down, how fast you can set your bed system up, which really makes a lot of difference. And it's tidy. When you're done, everything is out of the way, including your bedding when you set it up, and we can show you later.
So I know that one issue that a lot of people are going to have with this is going to be the seam down the middle of the mattress.
Yeah, we thought about that as well. We've been in the current Murphy bed prototype van for over 12 months now, living in it, and we have not noticed any issue with the seam. Because the bed pushes tight against the walls, everything pushes together tight in the center, so you really don't feel anything.
Yeah.
It's just a regular mattress. And most RV beds come together like that anyway, so it's really not an unknown thing there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the other thing that I love about this concept as well is the fact that you can adjust the heights of it, whether you're carrying cargo or being able to sleep, because if me and you go on a trip, I don't want to be snuggling up next to you, so we're going to change the heights, and we can put one lower and we can put one up higher.
Right.
That way you've got that separation, or you could even get 3 in here. Or like you said before, you could get 2 queen-size beds.
We have 2 full queen-size beds. The upper bed starts about here, so you got about 20 inches of height right there. It's pretty tight, but grandkids and stuff is what we use it for, and they're fine with it. I've slept up there several times. It's easy. The nice thing about what Jameson was saying is we can go on a trip and I can keep one bed this height. I can move this bed up to about this height, so he's still got a high bed, and we have a room divider that actually divides the 2 together, so we don't ever see each other, hear each other sleeping. And if it were to get to it where you needed a 3rd guy or a 4th guy, you could put another guy up high, one here, and you could put a 4th guy on the floor because there's no legs, there's no supports on the floor. So we've done that oftentimes when we're taking 4 dudes fishing, and we're just like, no one wants to sleep next to each other, so we have that, and it works out great.
That is nice.
Yeah.
And I wonder if you could actually put one of these sides down and say you were carrying a motorcycle or something like that, or some kind of bike, still fit that in here beside it and be able to sleep right next to it.
Yeah, I went on a little road trip last year for about 3 weeks, and I had my bike and my bed, and my bike just stayed there, wheels deployed, bed was right there. Anytime I wanted it, I just popped the bike out, popped the bike in, and everything was great. So it works really good for that.
Now, I think when it comes to a system like this, like I said before, I think it really comes down to convenience, because being able to conveniently make these modifications means you're going to be able to do it more. Something my dad always taught me was that being able to do something quick and easy is going to make you want to do it more. So being able to, when you get up in the morning, being able to quickly push that bed up out of place is
it's amazing.
Going to make you want to do it and have access to all this added space back here that you don't use during the day.
Right, and it's clean. You don't want it to be junky.
Yeah.
You know, you want to be able to put everything up and not see your bedding, not see anything else, and have your system ready to go. And literally, we can put all of our beds and all of our sheets and blankets and pillows, everything away in 60 seconds for our queen size bed. And my wife does it while she's sitting in the bed.
Yeah.
Because she just wants to get up, and she'll lean one side over and just pull everything up and fold it up, and then she goes the other side, and 60 seconds later, our beds are made.
Yeah.
And we're back to open floor plan, back to yoga.
Well, and you definitely add a bunch of space back here, you know, because up front you had a table and some chairs and stuff, and that definitely clogs that up. So being able to just change back here during the day is huge.
Well, this system is kind of what Winnebago and Adventure Wagon has designed their new system together to where it's an open floor plan that you can adapt changes. Now, you'll notice on our system we have L-tracks in the floor, just like Winnebago and Adventure Wagon's done. This system leads to their system in that you can adapt different ideas and floor plans because you're changed. One weekend you may be having your kayaks in here taken off, and you can fit your kayaks in here and sleep above them. You can have mountain bikes, and you can have 4 mountain bikes in here and still have room for 4 passengers and 4 people to sleep easily. So there's a lot of versatility with the bed system, and that's really what we need more in van life is versatility, being able to turn a $180,000 camper van into a more versatile everyday, go to the lumber yard, do whatever you want to kind of van.
Yeah, I like that.
Who can afford to have just a camper van anymore?
Yeah, exactly. So I know another thing that people are going to have questions about is how well can these, or how much weight can these brackets support? Because obviously these brackets and this system is cantilevered from that wall over to here.
Right.
And I designed them, so I should know, right?
You should know that, but check it out.
But
jump up and down. I mean, just sit on it.
There's like zero deflection, even if I come all the way out here at the corner.
Well, they're designed to deflect just a little bit because we don't put any support on the sides of the truck. All the support is done on a base plate here, and then we have an L bracket and a steel plate in the ceiling. All the strength comes from that without anything on the van, the sides of the van touching. You remember our first prototype? We put studs directly onto the wall, and we sat on that bed, and that van would just flex back and forth.
We learned very quickly that the vans are essentially a tin can.
A tin can, right.
So there's very little rigid structure in the shell of this van. So by putting these supports on the sides and tying them to a steel plate in the ceiling as well as attaching them to the floor, we've not only created a very sound system to mount this bed system to, but we've also kind of beefed up the structure of the van.
A little bit, yeah.
So
it's just amazing.
Come up here with me, and we'll show them how much. I mean, we've had.
Man, I don't know.
And this is after Thanksgiving, so we've got a few extra LBs on this one. But you can see 2 guys sitting on the edge of this bed, and there's just not very much deflection.
No.
So it's a nice sound bed.
Well, it's got a self-contained cantilever bracket that can't move. Tied to these studs, which is all patented now. It's just an easier, stronger way, and it's still versatile enough to be able to build. Most van builders, I mean, you don't look at vans. What happens in a van build is you need to have this space down here for a lot of electronics and water. You still have all that room for electronics and water with this design. You can build around those and keep the stud to the back side of the wall, build around, do anything else you want. We just like it where there's more space, and we've developed some ideas, much like the Adventure Wagon and Winnebago project, where they're able to move their power system around, their water system around, their galley around, their seats. Everything is versatile in this van, and this was what drew the whole design towards us having a more versatile truck that we could do more things in, right? Because we all use the truck for different things.
Yeah, and speaking of that, and I know we've discussed this before, but sitting here reminded me of it. This, I could totally see mounting a little flip-up desk here, and this being like your perfect workspace throughout the day. You could probably lower these brackets a little bit.
Yeah, they can go down another 8 inches.
And you've got a nice seat here. You can sit up to a desk and be able to use that and have a big desk.
Yep.
So I love the versatility, the adjustability of being able to have multiple beds, have one big bed, have two big beds. Obviously, you limit your height there between the beds, but just being able to adapt those things is really nice to have.
Well, you have the options. You can do whatever you want. That's the thing about van life, is everybody does what they want to do.
Well, and the thing that I like about it, I guess is what I'm getting at, is that you don't have to pick one thing and stick with it.
Nope.
So the other thing, and I touched on installation just a little bit, but I want you to kind of just briefly go over the installation process. And is this something you can do yourself? Is it something you need to hire an outfitter to do?
Well, it'll first probably go through outfitters, because I think they're very capable of doing it. But if you've done one, you can do more than one. That's the thing about it. We have some videos coming out to show you how the installation is, but it's really basically simple. We've kept everything basically as strong as possible, as movable as possible, and adaptable as possible, meaning we can move these studs anywhere in this wall. We don't have to be restricted to the back of this truck. They could go all the way to the front if we wanted to. You've got a L-brack system in the bottom that's designed to be flexible, so it will follow the juice of the truck. It doesn't really require a lot of strength. It just needs to have a bottom plate that steel stud sits on, and something to keep the stud from moving back and forth at the base. So we've done an interlocking bracket down there, and an L bracket at the top with a steel plate. You just can't move it. I mean, we're sitting on it. We've had 4 guys sit up here and nothing moves it.
And the other nice thing is, you said you could put these anywhere, but I wanted to reiterate that fact by this stud is technically right over the window. So typically you wouldn't be able to mount a bunk bed right here because there's no structure there. But these studs that come with the kit to build this bed system attached to the top and the bottom, and you've essentially got your wall studs are in place wherever you want them, whether they're over the window or next to a wall.
Yeah, anywhere you want them. Yeah. So it's very versatile. The other thing, its versatility is allowing us to do trailers, tiny homes. We've even got some ideas on using some workbenches for smaller garages, so that you can fold down a workbench with this.
Yeah.
And you can do some different things with it too. So there's a lot of options to do this, but it's just gives you a super strong self-contained bracket.
Okay, so this is a new build, obviously super clean and spotless. Let's go take a look at a real life van.
Yeah,
one that's been lived out of for a year.
A year, you're living on it. Yeah, we'll go take a look at it, see what it's like.
All right, let's go. Okay, so we're inside of Ted's van, and this was the OG, the original install of the bed system, kind of where we worked out all the kinks.
Yeah.
So Ted's got his bed here with all his crap all over it.
Hey, this is normal for me, man. This is how we wake up in the morning. You know, my wife and I travel for the last 12 months in this thing, but this is what it looks like in the morning.
Yeah. So he's also got the bunk up top here, so he can take the grandkids with him.
Yep.
Yeah, get them out of the house. Or just be able to have some place to store some stuff as well.
Yeah, that works really well. I mean, basically everything, you'll see in a second how everything folds up, but the bunk bed system's pretty simple, similar just to the same, it's the same system as we have below, creating a bunk bed that doesn't need any support. So we've got a contained cantilever bracket, we've got gas struts to help them stay up so they come down safely.
Yeah, because these beds are they're not incredibly light.
But they're lighter than most other systems, oddly enough, from what we found. So that's been kind of fun to find out.
But just to loosely fall down.
Oh yeah, we don't let them loosely fall down. See, we have 120-pound gas struts that keep everything up and out of the place. This is right now, it doesn't have a mattress on it. We're using this for storage. So when we're on the road, all my bag storage will go up there. So all my clothes will go on this side, and I've got more than enough room. Pat uses the other side. We have space all over this truck, but this has created more cabinet space, which was the odd thing that we didn't really realize how much cabinet space that makes for us.
Well, speaking of that, I think you have kind of something installed below this bed that I thought was a really cool feature.
Well, yeah.
Being able to not only get the beds up and out of the way, but being able to provide some extra storage that's accessible where you need it, when you need it. Folding these beds up and being able to change in the morning or before you go to bed, that's got to be nice to do. So show us your process of being able to put this bed away.
So basically what we're trying to do is just get everything to one side of the bed to start with, because we try to move everything else, because we got 4 pillows, 2 big blankets, we've got sleeping bags. You know, we do a lot of snowboarding out west, so everything we have is kind of, we have to have a lot of gear. So that's how fast that side just went up. Basically then what we do is we stuff all of our blankets, sleeping bags, pillows.
Now, and you've got a 4-inch mattress here, right?
Right.
It's a memory foam mattress, and I know you did some shopping on that.
It's actually not a memory foam. We went with was latex.
Really?
We found that it was memory foam will collapse on you, and it kind of stays down, where this supports you all the time. And it's totally organic too. So it's healthier than the memory foams are for you. So we've been using latex for a lot of the mattresses. I come from an interior design business, so we know how much better that is than a lot of the other foams. So we tried to do it with this one. So all these pillows, okay, so we got everything. Just tons of stuff. I don't know what that was all about. So pillows and more pillows.
Those are some pretty sweet pillowcases, man.
Yeah, aren't they fancy? But all of our bedding, which is a challenge with a lot of other beds.
Well, and the other thing that I love about this is that you don't have to look at this unmade bed.
Right.
They're a pain to make. Who wants to make a bed every morning?
I don't make
fold it up
beds.
and put it away.
I just put it away. Fold it up, put it away. It's gone.
Yeah.
Jameson was talking earlier about storage. This is something we've been using for a while, and I love it because all my cold weather gear pops in this thing, and we're able to take this out and get it out of the way. Generally,
or just load it up inside and bring it out and store it in here. You've got your wardrobe to go.
Yeah. So this is just snow equipment. Pat has one just like it on this side. So in the summertime, obviously we don't need it. We have the full space, but this really doesn't take up much space, and it really goes on quick and simple. It holds, I keep 100 pounds in this pretty much all the time, so there's no problem with it holding. It's just another system that you have the option to use storage underneath. I can envision fishing poles being up here and different things that you can actually store. But the idea is to get more storage than the normal van, and we're using all of the sides as storage. All of the top is cabinets. So again, something that I can show you a little bit more about how we can move these up and down. I don't know if you noticed, but I'll pull this back out. We'll drop our mattress. So this is what's cool about this system is we're actually on L-tracks here with quick disconnects on these self-contained cantilevered brackets. So we can actually pull this bed down or pull it out very quickly. There's just pins that hold the bed together. These are all quick release gas struts. We pop these pins, we take this whole bed out. We can move these up and down very quickly and then replace them. Generally when I'm doing this one lower, I'll take this bed out altogether and just take that and leave it in the garage on this. It's a guy trip or something. So that's been working out real well. But the quick release pins are something that's new. We're just be launching those probably later in the season.
All right, so let's, I kind of want to see what this looks like with just the bunks.
Right
so
on.
we've got 2 bunks here, and it looks pretty tight up there, but
Well,
for a kid or
not an old man, but I can try.
a necessary place to sleep.
Well, that's the big thing is if you got a necessary place to sleep, you got to have somewhere to crash, and this is doable. It's 20 inches up here from the base up, so that's totally doable. And we've slept up here many times.
Well, and you think of like tour buses and what do they call those, like the ships and stuff like
Navy
that?
bunks. It's the same spec as a Navy bunk.
That's what I was looking for, yeah.
Yep.
So yeah, I mean, you got enough space to be able to roll in and out of there and get some sleep in a comfortable place where you're not feeling like you're on top of your neighbor.
And you got to have something to pull yourself around in these trucks too. So we've got L-tracks in the ceiling. Some people don't do those, but we find that we use them a lot. So just part of it. Big thing though is, if it's just the wife and I or two guys, we don't have to use this so much. We can use it all for our storage. I've put skis up there, fishing poles up there, different things like that for long distance trips when we go to Florida and stuff. But it's versatile, and you got to have versatility in a van. You got to be able to do your own thing.
Yeah. Well, I like it, and thanks for checking out this video. We're going to put all the details on how you can contact Ted to learn out more about this product, the Van Murphy bed system. And you can check out the website. All those links and contact information will be down in the description below, so make sure you head on over that way if you want to head this way. All right.